Hey guys, here we are hopping into round one with our blue-black kind of pirates, not really pirates deck. Blue-black, just kind of good cards deck. We're going to have to mulligan this one. And I guess we're going to keep this one here. Hostage Taker, that's pretty good. We're going to put that on top. Against Fistinarius. And he's got the Obsidat Ghost Council avatar. Pretty cool. You don't see that one every day. Alright, looks like we're on the play. We must have picked that. Alright, so we've got our one drop there. Too bad we don't have a ton of raid payoffs. Alright, so whenever he lets us, we're going to attack with our 1-2. Yay, take one. Queen's Bay Soldier. We're going to not swing this time, as I would definitely block here if they let me. And then we won't be able to have our turn properly. Interesting. I think we're actually going to go ahead and steal that guy right now. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Hopefully he doesn't have a removal spell for our Hostage Taker, but if he does, that's what we get. There's a Bloodstained Paladin. Alright, well we can cast another copy here. Pretty sweet. We can attack with the other one in the air. I guess now that we've cast it, it doesn't even matter if he kills that, right? Because we'll still be up a card. Hostage Taker's kind of interesting. You got to get that card you take away from them into play quickly. There's an Armor Sore. Alright, we got to vanquish the weak. I think we're going to leave our lands in hand right here, in case they make us discard a pair somehow. Could go ahead and vanquish the weak, but I think I'm going to wait. Just going to go ahead and let it through, actually. Huh. I probably should have just done it ahead of time. I'm just going to wait now because I don't want to get blown out, and it's only a little bit of damage. Here comes the Bloodletter. Actually, we're going to vanquish this instead. Alright. I may want to wait to use the Weaver until he has a flyer. Yeah, we're going to wait on using the Weaver. Okay. Sticking one of our guys, getting 2 life back. That stings a little bit. He should have actually done that to the one that was his, I think, so that we don't have a way to return it to our hand. But you know, it's a pretty good trade for us. Looks like he's in desperation mode here. Do we want to go ahead and cast that? Probably not, because then we can't recast the guy. Which is why we might should have played our mana out before. Oh, it doesn't work on ones you control. Interesting. Alright, so that being the case, we can knock that off on the turn when we're going to try to win the game. But I think we're actually going to go ahead and cast our Water Trap Weaver. We'll make the Armasaur stuck. We should have actually swung in given this, but I don't want to waste a bunch more of our mana. Gotta read your cards. Target non-land permanent you don't control. Okay. Pretty solid. Man, he is hanging in there with this. He's got another lifelinker. Alright, we're gonna make an attack with the guy who used to belong to him. Could probably swing out with all three of these guys right here, actually. Yeah, let's do it. Sounds like a plan. And then we're gonna cast this guy. Oh, it doesn't matter, he doesn't have any cards. That's okay though. Just gotta get this guy into play. We can bounce that Armasaur back to his hand. We'll let him deal 2, and then we'll do it at the end of his turn. We'll throw him back in his hand. Well, that's unpleasant. Alright, we're going to return the Armasaur here. Oh, we should have thought about comboing that into this guy. We could have, if we didn't play that guy ahead of time, we could have kind of bounced something back to his hand and a turn, and then played this the next turn to get rid of it. That would have been a pretty sweet strategy. Swing with our Deadeye there. I'm going to go ahead and play this now, because even if he can make us discard, we'll just cast the Windstrider in response at this stage. I think we are going to block here. Sweet. Glad you didn't have the Vampire Pump spell. That could have blown us out a little bit there. Nothing too crazy that he threw down at us to respond with there. Alright, we can go ahead and attack with our Windstrider, it looks like. We're going to be able to play Blightkeeper. And if we draw another land, we'll be ready to kick Blightkeeper off for the 4 life drain. Sure. Alright, so Mark of the Vampire's coming in. We are going to throw it on our Windstrider. We could throw it on the Blightkeeper, but we kind of want him just in case. This way, if he is able to kill one of our creatures, we'll still win the game when we draw a land, because he'll kill the big awesome one, and then when we draw a land, we'll be able to win the game with Blightkeeper. Yep, and there it is. He ripped it right off the top. So we just need to draw a land, and we'll be able to finish this thing off. There we go. Alright, let's go to game 2. Alright, the Windstrider was pretty important in that matchup, I felt like. Queen's Agent could actually be reasonable in that matchup because of how much he depends on the Stegosaur. Although I imagine he's only got one copy of that card. We could cut a Queen's Base Soldier if we wanted for a Windstrider, but that's pretty greedy. It's going to mean we're running a little short on mana, actually. I think I'm going to do it anyways. I'm just going to know that. This is too little land for this curve. But I think we're going to do that, and knowing that, hopefully that'll influence our mulligans. Hopefully we'll get a hand with a lot of land to begin with. If we get a hand with only a couple land, we'll have to be a little bit more careful about keeping it. So this hand we know we can definitely throw away. And this hand I think we're comfortable to keep. We're 1 mana shy from being able to cast both those 4-drops. We got a Vanquish the Weak, which we're going to put on top. Should keep us alive for a moment. Alright. Fistonarius plays pretty quickly. He's ahead of us by almost about 2 minutes. Alright, there goes the life linker. And we'll just let him run right into our guy if he wants to do that. He may have the pump spell, but if he does, that's fine. Pump spell is going to get some work done regardless, so we can always kill that thing later with Vanquish the Weak if we need to. Almost certainly he's got the pump spell here. Okay, there it is. Ooh, there's a Raptor Companion. It's a little scary. I think I like going ahead and vanquishing the soldier. Yeah, let's do it. Here comes a 3/1. Pretty well ahead on board now. So we've got our Storm Sculptor, and this card actually is pretty rough. It doesn't say return another, so if we cast it, it's going to return itself, which means we have no play right now. That actually hurts pretty bad. We might should have considered that when looking at this hand. Yeah, we don't have anything to do about that. Not looking great here. Alright, so what do we want to trade with? I guess it's 3/2. So here, if we take this, then we can actually let this damage through this turn, which is what we're going to do. Sweet, didn't even swing, didn't even test us there. We've got a Windstrider from the hand we can throw down. We've also got Mark of the Vampire. We could also just go ahead and cast the Raptor. We can't cast the Raptor and something else though, so I think we're just going to hold up our mana and play the Windstrider. He's likely to just swing out with everything here. If that happens, we're going to have to make some unfavorable blocks, possibly. That is just that's going to elicit a concession on our part here. Since if he just attacks with his creatures now, we just die immediately. This card's extremely powerful. Alright, so that did not go as well as our first one did. Yeah, we could have used something cheaper instead in the early game. It would have helped us, but I think we were going to just get crushed that time either way. Let's switch back to our deck we ran the first time. And hopefully that'll work out a little bit better. We'll be on the play. This doesn't look very good. I think we might have to mulligan this even though we've got land. We need an earlier drop than no early drop. We better go ahead and mulligan this. This is better, so we'll keep this instead. Let's take a look at our top card. It's a swamp. We're going to put that on the bottom. We do need some more lands for the air elemental, but it's not even a blue. This is not a great situation for this game. Not a great way to start this one out. There's a hostage taker. That was a pretty nice rip. Here comes that 2/2 that everybody loves. We could just bounce that now and we get to scry 2. I think that might actually be the ticket here. Yeah, let's do it. Alright. I'll make him pitch one, I guess. Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. I'm not sure. We kind of want land too. We also do want 1/3 drop, and I think Deadeye Tormentor is what we want over the Vanquish. We're going to put the Vanquish on the bottom, we're going to put the Tormentor on the top. That may turn out to be incorrect, but our hope is to rip a land here so we can cast this Hostage Taker on curve. We can't leave them both up there really, and I think, you know, the value of getting the card extra right here is pretty good. Okay. So we can steal that guy right now. And I think we're gonna smash in. We're going to try to win this game as fast as we can. He's got some cards and we don't. If we can get this air elemental online, we should be able to be in good shape. He's got his own Vanquish. That hurts really bad when they hit you back with that. Alright, gaining a bunch of extra life. Pretty annoying. I guess we're going to go ahead and cast Water Trap Weaver now because we do want to cast it. We do want to get that 2/2 body in play. So we might as well get in this extra value of having his creature tap for a moment. Pretty sure we're going to lose that game. I think we're a little bit too aggressive with the Hostage Taker, but I mean, who knows? You know, if he doesn't have the Vanquish, that's one of the ways we can win the game, so. We do need a land. We do need an island specifically. I think we can swing in here actually. But I guess we could hit Skullduggery. No, we can't. We can't get anything but a land into the hand, so I think it's okay to just go ahead and swing. I'm going to go ahead and attack with all 3 of these guys. Looks pretty good. Cast Siren Lookout. There's a Windstrider. We're going to have to put that on the bottom probably, right? Or in the graveyard rather. It's too bad. We just can't cast it. We can't afford to have just another turn where we're just getting something we can't cast. Oh no, this thing. That thing is it's so oppressive. You know, part of me doesn't want to block, but at the same time, yeah, I'm just not going to block because I can block with this guy later. Gotta have the arrow, Leno. Gotta happen. Doesn't happen. Okay, so we've kind of exhausted our options a bit here. Let's see what happens when we swing in. Interesting. So he's probably got the pump spell, which he may not use if we don't do anything. Oh, he's gonna use it. Okay. Alright. Gives me an idea of the range of player that he is. If that were me, I think I would have blocked there if I had the pump spell and then not cast it unless they try to kill my guy first. For example, we could respond with either of the copies of Vanquish the Weak, and then he loses his awesome creature that's going to help him win. Alright, so we need an island still. Very important that we get one. Mark of the Vampire. That's interesting. That could change things a little bit here. We definitely want to throw that on one of our flyers. Just gonna swing with just this one here, I think. Okay, he's got that rare, so we just lose automatically now. That hurts pretty bad. Wow, he's so greedy that he won't even do that. Hilarious. Alright. And we don't have the mana for the air elemental. We are pretty dead in the water here. I mean, I think it's lethal, right? Like, okay. Maybe we just swing out. He's probably afraid. There's an island, but it doesn't matter. It's going to come into play tapped. We can gain 3, but he's going to deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 when he swings, and a bunch more. We're just going to, well, I guess we're supposed to play it out, but it doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, we're just going to concede here. There's no outs here. Alright, so that was a little bit of a beating in those last 2 games. But that was a pretty reasonable matchup. Like, there were some pretty interesting games. Alright, hopefully we'll be able to do better in the next round.